We explore the Crown Prince's most expensive mansions, a $1.5 billion collection so extravagant it makes the world's elite look like they're living in starter homes. Chateau Louis XIV. Let's start with the rolling hills of Lucienne, just outside Paris, where nestled among 57 acres of meticulously manicured gardens stands what was once considered the world's most expensive residential property. The Chateau Louis XIV isn't just a house, it's a monument to excess, a modern interpretation of 17th century French grandeur that cost $301 million when Mohammed bin Salman purchased it in 2015. But to truly appreciate the magnitude of this acquisition, we must first understand what makes this property so extraordinary. The chateau spans an incredible 57,000 square feet of living space across 57 rooms, making it larger than most office buildings. Designed by architect Imad Khashoggi, a cousin of the later murdered Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi, the chateau represents a fascinating intersection of Saudi wealth and French architectural heritage. The property was constructed on the site of a 19th century castle, blending historical aesthetics with contemporary construction for privacy and grandeur. As you approach the chateau, the first thing that strikes you is its magnificent exterior. The building presents itself as a modern replica of a 17th century French chateau, with a facade featuring classic French Baroque architecture, complete with stone walls, tall windows, and ornate roofing. The manicured gardens span the entire 57 acres, featuring a gold-leafed fountain modeled after Versailles, extensive landscaped grounds with perfectly trimmed hedges and pathways, and even a moat-like water feature that adds to the property's castle-like atmosphere. But it's when you step inside that the true magic of Chateau Louis XIV reveals itself. The interior is nothing short of breathtaking, featuring gold-covered doors and fixtures throughout the property, elaborate frescoes adorning ceilings and walls, and two magnificent ballrooms, one featuring a soaring 52-foot-high dome ceiling. The entertainment facilities within the chateau are particularly impressive. There's a wine cellar capable of holding 3,000 bottles, perfect for hosting the kind of diplomatic gatherings that a crown prince might require. The property also boasts a private cinema for exclusive screenings, a fully equipped nightclub for more intimate celebrations, and even an indoor aquarium filled with exotic fish. The residential quarters are equally impressive, featuring 10 bedroom suites, each designed with the utmost attention to detail. The master suite alone occupies an area larger than most luxury apartments, while a grand reception room with panoramic views serves as the centerpiece for official functions. For relaxation and wellness, the chateau includes both indoor and outdoor swimming pools, allowing for year-round aquatic enjoyment regardless of France's sometimes unpredictable weather. There's also a private library for quiet contemplation and study, essential for a leader who must stay informed about global affairs. What makes this property particularly remarkable is how it seamlessly blends opulent Baroque elements like marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and gilded accents with modern amenities such as smart home controls and even an underwater meditation room. This fusion of old-world charm with cutting-edge technology represents exactly the kind of forward-thinking approach that has come to define Mohammed bin Salman's vision for Saudi Arabia itself. Yet while this French masterpiece showcases MBS's appreciation for European elegance, his next acquisition would demonstrate an entirely different kind of ambition, reaching for the clouds above Manhattan's most exclusive skyline. 432 Park Avenue Penthouse. High above the bustling streets of Manhattan, where the city's rhythm never stops and ambition reaches toward the clouds, sits one of the most exclusive addresses in New York City, the penthouse at 432 Park Avenue. This isn't just any penthouse. It's a full-floor residence occupying the entire 96th floor of one of the world's tallest residential buildings, representing the pinnacle of urban luxury living, and reportedly part of Mohammed bin Salman's extensive international property portfolio. The building itself is an architectural marvel that has fundamentally changed Manhattan's skyline. At 1,396 feet tall, 432 Park Avenue stands as one of the world's tallest residential buildings, its distinctive grid-like facade of white concrete and large square windows creating an unmistakable silhouette against the New York sky. The building's slim profile and impressive height allow for 360-degree views of Manhattan, Central Park and beyond, making it one of the most sought-after addresses for the world's ultra-wealthy. When you step into this extraordinary penthouse, you're immediately struck by the sheer scale of the space. Spanning approximately 8,255 square feet, this residence is larger than most luxury houses, yet it sits nearly 1,400 feet above the ground. The 12.5-foot ceilings create a sense of grandeur and openness that's rare even among Manhattan's most exclusive properties. The layout of the penthouse is nothing short of spectacular. It features 6 generously sized, impeccably appointed ensuite bedrooms, each designed to serve as a private sanctuary with its own bathroom and stunning views. The corner primary suite serves as the crown jewel of the residence, featuring dual bathrooms and expansive dressing rooms that rival those found in the world's finest hotels. Beyond the bedrooms, the penthouse includes 7 full bathrooms and 2 powder rooms, ensuring that even the largest gatherings can be accommodated with comfort and privacy. There's also a library for quiet contemplation and a media room for entertainment, creating spaces for both work and relaxation within this sky-high sanctuary. What truly sets this penthouse apart, however, are its views. The floor-to-ceiling windows provide panoramic vistas of Manhattan, allowing residents to watch the city come alive each morning and transform into a glittering jewel each evening. From this vantage point, Central Park spreads out like a green carpet, while the Hudson and East Rivers frame the city in ribbons of silver. The interior design of many units in 432 Park Avenue, including those associated with ultra-high net worth individuals, often incorporates minimalist or Japanese-inspired elements, creating a sense of zen-like calm amidst the urban energy below. Custom wood flooring throughout the residence adds warmth to the modern aesthetic, while high-end finishes like marble countertops and integrated appliances in the kitchen represent the pinnacle of luxury home design. The building itself offers residents access to an impressive array of amenities that justify its reputation as one of the world's most exclusive addresses. The 30,000 square feet of amenities includes a private restaurant and lounge, allowing residents to dine in style without ever leaving their building. There's also a 75-foot indoor swimming pool that provides a unique opportunity to swim while gazing out at the Manhattan skyline, a state-of-the-art fitness center and yoga studio for maintaining physical wellness, and various lounges and common areas designed for socializing with fellow residents. The penthouse provides private elevator access, ensuring the kind of security and discretion that a crown prince requires when conducting sensitive international business. What makes 432 Park Avenue particularly interesting from an investment perspective is its location on what's known as Billionaire's Row, a stretch of ultra-luxury residential towers along 57th Street and the surrounding area that has become home to some of the world's wealthiest individuals. Similar penthouses in the building have sold for 80 to 100 million or more, making this not just a residence but also a significant financial asset. The building's design by Raphael Vinoli represents a departure from traditional Manhattan luxury, emphasizing clean lines, geometric patterns, and an almost minimalist approach to exterior aesthetics. This architectural philosophy extends to the interior spaces, where smart lighting systems and other technological integrations create an environment that's both luxurious and highly functional. But even as this Manhattan Tower represents the pinnacle of urban luxury, Mohammed bin Salman's most audacious architectural vision was yet to come. A futuristic palace rising from the Saudi desert as part of humanity's most ambitious city project, the Neom Palace. Rising from the sand like a vision from a science fiction novel is the Neom Palace, part of the most ambitious urban development project in human history. A $2 trillion megacity that represents Mohammed bin Salman's boldest attempt to reshape not just Saudi Arabia, but the very concept of how humans will live in the future. The Neom project itself is staggering in its scope and ambition. Launched in 2017 by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, this futuristic city is designed to span an area roughly the size of Belgium, incorporating cutting-edge technology, sustainable energy sources, and architectural concepts that push the boundaries of what's possible. At the heart of this development sits a palace complex that reflects MBS's personal vision for the future of luxury living. Satellite images obtained by Business Insider reveal a lavish palace complex under construction, featuring what can only be described as a fortress-like design that combines elements of traditional Middle Eastern architecture with the most advanced building technologies available today. The scale of this construction is breathtaking. We're talking about a development that includes 10 helipads for easy access by air, a private marina for yacht access from the Red Sea, and sprawling gardens that will create an oasis in the desert landscape. The exterior design of the Neom Palace represents a fascinating fusion of architectural philosophies. The complex features high walls for privacy and a vast scale that befits its role as part of a $1.5 to $2 trillion development. What makes it particularly striking is how it incorporates mirrored facades similar to the Line project, designed to blend with the desert environment while providing environmental integration through solar technology. One of the most remarkable features of this development is a man-made lake that will provide both aesthetic beauty and practical cooling in the desert climate. This isn't just a small pond. We're talking about a substantial body of water that will support recreational activities and create a microclimate around the palace complex. The recreational facilities planned for the Neom Palace are extraordinary, even by the standards of royal residences. A full-scale golf course is being constructed, providing providing a green sanctuary in the desert that will require massive irrigation and maintenance systems. Private beaches along the Red Sea coastline will offer exclusive access to some of the world's most pristine coastal waters, complete with coral reefs and marine life that make this region a hidden gem for diving and water sports. The technological integration planned for the Neom Palace reflects Mohammed bin Salman's vision of Saudi Arabia as a leader in innovation and sustainability. The complex is designed to incorporate sustainable elements like indoor gardens and AI-driven amenities, representing a significant departure from traditional palace design that prioritized opulence over environmental responsibility. What's particularly fascinating about this project is how it relates to the Line, a revolutionary linear city concept that will stretch 170 kilometers and house up to 9 million people. The Line is described as a mirrored architectural masterpiece towering 500 meters above sea level, but only 200 meters wide, creating a vertical city unlike anything ever attempted in human history. The interior spaces of the Neom Palace, while still under construction, are planned to include multiple residences with ultra-luxury features, including opulent halls, private theaters, and spas. Drawing from MBS's other properties, we can expect to see gold accents, marble floors, and vast entertaining spaces, but integrated with tech-integrated smart systems that represent the cutting edge of home automation. The strategic importance of the Neom Palace cannot be overstated. This isn't just a residence, it's the command center for one of the most ambitious urban development projects in human history. From this location, Mohammed bin Salman can oversee the construction of a city designed to attract international investment, showcase Saudi technological capabilities, and serve as a model for sustainable urban development. The location itself is strategically chosen, situated at the intersection of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Egypt, making it a natural hub for trade and cultural exchange between Africa, Asia, and Europe. This positioning reflects MBS's broader vision of Saudi Arabia as a bridge between civilizations and a center for international commerce and diplomacy. The construction timeline for the Neom Palace and the broader Neom project represents one of the most aggressive building schedules ever attempted. Satellite images show rapid development with geometric layouts, indicating that significant resources are being deployed to make this vision a reality within MBS's lifetime. While the Neom Palace represents MBS's vision for the future, his day-to-day governance of the kingdom requires a very different kind of architectural marvel, one that has served as the beating heart of Saudi power for decades. Al Yamamah Palace. In the heart of Riyadh, where the pulse of Saudi Arabia's government beats strongest and the decisions that shape a kingdom are made daily, stands one of the most significant buildings in the Middle East, Al Yamamah Palace. This isn't just another royal residence. It's the official workplace and residence of the Saudi king, serving as the nerve center of one of the world's most influential monarchies since 1988. Built in 1983, this massive complex spans an incredible 4 million square feet, making it one of the largest palace complexes in the world. To put this in perspective, the entire complex is larger than the Pentagon, yet it serves as both a working government facility and a private royal residence. As Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman has regular access to this extraordinary facility, using it for state functions, diplomatic meetings, and the day-to-day governance of Saudi Arabia. The exterior of Al Yamamah Palace is a masterpiece of modern Arabian architecture that nods to traditional Najdi design with its geometric motifs, pointed arched windows, and thick walls designed for insulation against the desert climate. The marble exteriors, towers, and fortified layout create an impression of both opulence and impregnable security, essential qualities for a building that houses the leadership of one of the world's most strategically important nations. The expansive grounds include carefully maintained courtyards and gardens that provide a green oasis in the middle of Riyadh's urban landscape. These outdoor spaces aren't just decorative, they serve practical purposes for hosting large gatherings, state ceremonies, and the kind of diplomatic events that require both privacy and grandeur. Stepping inside Al Yamamah Palace is like entering a world where traditional Arabian culture meets the demands of modern governance. The interior features Italian marble floors that gleam under carefully designed lighting, creating an atmosphere of refined elegance that commands respect from visiting dignitaries and world leaders. The intricately carved ceiling and wall panels display cultural motifs that tell the story of Saudi Arabia's heritage, connecting the modern kingdom to its Bedouin roots and Islamic traditions. These aren't merely decorative elements, they represent a conscious effort to maintain cultural identity while exercising power on the global stage. The palace contains over 1,000 rooms, each designed for specific purposes ranging from administrative offices to ceremonial halls to private royal quarters. This vast number of rooms reflects the complexity of modern governance. Space is needed not just for the royal family, but for the hundreds of officials, advisors, and staff members who keep the Saudi government functioning. King Salman chairs weekly government meetings in the building, and these sessions take place in grand meeting rooms homes with ornate chandeliers and carefully crafted interiors that emphasize both heritage and authority. The design of these spaces is intentional. They create an environment where important decisions feel appropriately weighty and where Saudi Arabia's position as a major world power is unmistakably clear. For Mohammed bin Salman, Al Yamama Palace serves multiple crucial functions. As Crown Prince, he regularly uses the facility for official state functions and diplomatic meetings, making it an essential tool in his efforts to modernize Saudi Arabia's international relationships while maintaining the kingdom's traditional authority. Though Al Yamama Palace serves as the nerve center of modern Saudi governance, Mohammed bin Salman's connection to his heritage requires retreating to a very different kind of sanctuary, one that whispers of ancient traditions and timeless Arabian hospitality. Al Awya Palace. Deep in the historic region of Diriyah, on the outskirts of Riyadh where the Saudi dynasty first took root centuries ago, sits a remarkable palace that represents both the kingdom's ancient heritage and its modern power, Al Awja Palace. This desert retreat, built on King Salman's personal farm in Diriyah Governorate, serves as a bridge between Saudi Arabia's Bedouin past and its ambitious future, providing Mohammed bin Salman with a setting that's both deeply traditional and strategically important. Unlike the glittering modernity of the Neon Palace or the European grandeur of Chateau Louis XIV, Al Awja Palace embraces the austere beauty of traditional Najdi architecture. The exterior features mud brick walls, inward-facing courtyards, and old wooden doors with intricate decorations that are characteristic of the architectural heritage that shaped this region for generations. The design incorporates thick mud brick walls and intricate Arabian motifs, providing both natural insulation against the desert climate and a visual connection to Saudi Arabia's pre-oil heritage. This isn't accidental. The choice to build in traditional style reflects a conscious effort to maintain connection with the cultural values that Mohammed bin Salman argues should guide Saudi Arabia's modernization efforts. The palace complex includes palm groves that create natural shade and cooling, an essential consideration in the harsh desert environment where summer temperatures can exceed 120 degrees Fahrenheit. These aren't just ornamental plantings. They represent a sophisticated understanding of how to create comfortable living spaces in one of the world's most challenging climates, using traditional techniques that predate modern air conditioning by centuries. The fortified design provides the privacy and security necessary for hosting high-level diplomatic meetings, while the traditional architecture sends a powerful message about Saudi Arabia's commitment to its cultural roots, even as it pursues radical modernization under Mohammed bin Salman's leadership. Inside Al Awja Palace, the design philosophy emphasizes restrained elegance and traditional functionality over the kind of gilded opulence found in some royal residences. The interiors feature simple but sophisticated decor that evokes earlier eras, with wooden ceilings, cultural artifacts, and traditional furnishings that create an atmosphere of authentic Arabian hospitality. The centerpiece of the palace's interior design is its majlis areas, traditional reception halls where dignitaries and guests are received according to centuries-old customs of Arabian hospitality. These spaces feature carpets, cushions, and heritage elements arranged in the traditional manner, creating an environment where important conversations can take place in a setting that honors Saudi cultural values. The choice of Al Awja Palace as a retreat location is deeply symbolic. Diriyah holds special significance as the birthplace of the Saudi state and the original home of the Al Saud family. By maintaining a palace in this historic region, Mohammed bin Salman demonstrates his connection to the kingdom's founding principles, while providing himself with a space for reflection and strategic planning, away from the pressures of Riyadh's urban environment. King Salman regularly uses Al Awja Palace to receive presidents and other world leaders, making it an active diplomatic venue rather than simply a private retreat. The traditional setting provides a unique backdrop for international meetings, allowing Saudi leaders to showcase their cultural heritage while conducting modern statecraft. The palace's meeting halls are designed to accommodate both intimate discussions and larger gatherings, with flexible spaces that can be configured according to the needs of different types of diplomatic encounters. The traditional furnishings and decor create an atmosphere that's both comfortable and dignified, encouraging the kind of open dialogue that's essential for effective diplomacy. The location in Diriyah is becoming increasingly important as the Saudi government develops the area into a major cultural and tourist destination. The historic significance of the region, combined with its proximity to Riyadh, makes it an ideal location for showcasing Saudi heritage to international visitors while providing convenient access to the capital's government and business facilities. The maintenance of Al Awya Palace requires specialized expertise in traditional building techniques and materials. The mud brick construction and traditional architectural elements demand careful attention from craftsmen who understand historical Saudi building methods, making the palace not just a residence but also a living museum of architectural heritage. While Al Arya Palace connects MBS to his family's living heritage, understanding the full scope of Saudi royal legacy requires visiting an even older treasure, a humble adobe structure that witnessed the very birth of the modern kingdom. Murabba Palace. In the sprawling metropolis of modern Riyadh, where glass towers reach toward the sky and the pace of development seems to accelerate daily, there stands a remarkable reminder of Saudi Arabia's foundational history, Murabba Palace. This historic adobe palace, built in 1938, represents the architectural and cultural roots from which Mohammed bin Salman's modern Saudi Arabia has grown, providing him with access to a living piece of his family's legacy and the kingdom's extraordinary transformation story. Built by King Abdulaziz, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia, Murabba Palace spans an impressive area that has been measured at various scales from 9,800 to 988,464 square meters, depending on whether one includes just the central palace structure or the entire historical complex. This variation in measurements reflects the palace's evolution over the decades, but what remains constant is its significance as the first building constructed outside the old city walls of Riyadh, marking the beginning of the capital's expansion into the modern metropolis it has become today. The exterior of Murabba Palace is a masterpiece of traditional Najdi architecture, featuring adobe blocks and mud brick walls mixed with straw for strength and insulation. The stone bases provide stability and moisture protection, while palm frond roofs and thick walls create natural climate control in the harsh desert environment of central Saudi Arabia. The palace features traditional towers and inscriptions with decorative motifs on the walls that reflect the artistic traditions of the Najd region. These aren't merely decorative elements, they represent a sophisticated understanding of how to create buildings that are both functional and beautiful, using only locally available materials and traditional techniques. The palace is built around an inner courtyard featuring a palm tree, which serves as both a practical cooling element and a powerful symbol. In Arabian culture, the palm tree represents prosperity, resilience, and life's ability to flourish even in harsh conditions, themes that resonate strongly with Saudi Arabia's modern development story under Mohammed bin Salman's leadership. Today, Murabba Palace functions primarily as a museum with 32 rooms spread over 2 floors, but Mohammed bin Salman retains access to the facility for special events and cultural programs that connect his modernization efforts to Saudi Arabia's historical foundations. The transformation from active royal residence to cultural institution reflects the broader changes in Saudi society while preserving essential connections to the past. The interior spaces have been carefully preserved to showcase simple but elegant architecture, with wooden beams and stacked palm frond ceilings that demonstrate the sophisticated building techniques developed by Arabian craftsmen over centuries. These traditional construction methods created naturally cooled spaces that remained comfortable even during the extreme heat of Saudi summers, long before the advent of modern air conditioning. The museum displays include artifacts from Saudi history, ancient relics, and cultural exhibits that tell the story of the Arabian Peninsula's transformation from a collection of tribal territories to a unified kingdom that now plays a crucial role on the global stage. For Mohammed bin Salman, these exhibits serve as both inspiration and reminder of the remarkable journey that brought Saudi Arabia to its current position of international influence. The palace contains 8 main halls showcasing different themes, including Arab kingdoms, the pre-Islamic era, the Prophet's mission, the first Saudi state, and the unification of the kingdom. Each hall tells part of the larger story of how the modern Saudi state emerged from the complex history of the Arabian Peninsula, providing context for understanding the cultural foundations that underpin current policy decisions. The modest decor, featuring carpets, basic furnishings, and an emphasis on historical preservation rather than ornate luxury, creates a striking contrast with the opulence of Mohammed bin Salman's other residences. This contrast is intentional. It shows that the Saudi royal family appreciates both traditional simplicity and modern luxury, understanding when each is appropriate. The palace's location within the King Abdulaziz Historical Center makes it part of a larger complex dedicated to preserving and presenting Saudi heritage. This integration reflects Mohammed bin Salman's broader strategy of using cultural preservation as a tool for building national identity and international understanding. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes